Okay. Hey guys, this is David Esquire coming to you live from EPHQ the USA. And I'm working on a few different projects right now. And one of the things that I'm really starting to see a trend with is how a lot of these new photographers and new videographers that are coming up in the ranks are acting poorly with the client, for lack of better words to use right now. It's really nuts. I've shot all around the world, and it seems like right now, with all this incredible technology that is at our fingertips, these things right here, the fingertips. Ugh, need a manicure. Seriously, guys, with all this technology that we have at our fingertips and the cameras and everything that we can do to create, to make incredible work, I am really blown away on how it is being squandered by so many people that just don't give a shit about the craft, about what they're doing, and about the client, the subject, the people that is in front of them. Seriously, you guys, what is your problem? What is your problem? I am working on multiple projects that are going on all over the state of Minnesota, all over the state of Wisconsin. I'm going back to Los Angeles again in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited to be shooting. You guys have got the ability to change the world with the things that are in your hands, the cameras, the video cameras, video, film, stills, you name it, you can do it all. But yet, I'm listening to so many people that are either shooting or they're part of the guest list at different events, and you're being jerks. I don't know how else to say it. You're being a McTographer, and it's pathetic. It is really pathetic. I'm not going to name names. You guys know who you are. And I'm saying I'm a jerk, blah. I'm so all butthurt and everything. It's not like that at all. But what I am frustrated with is seeing all these people squandering this technology that you guys have. And I don't understand why you're doing it. I mean, it's like you're being rude to the client. You're being rude to the guests. You're being rude to people. And if anything, shut your effing, focus lock beep down. Turn it off. It's stupid. It's really, really stupid that you guys are doing this. It's like every 30 seconds I hear beep, 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 beep. What the hell who does this? Seriously, you guys, come on. What is your problem? Do you have so little care about the craft that you've decided at some point to really dive into, that you just are going to just be an asshole about it? And not only you're not affecting all these guests that are there, but you're affecting the bride and the groom. You're affecting the client. You're affecting the family. You're not affecting me as a photographer or me as a videographer shooting there. I have enough work in my repertoire. I have enough work behind me over 3 decades globally on numerous continents. I don't need to be out there shooting just because, I got to build up my portfolio. It's not like that. Come on. What is your problem? And not only that, how about having a care for how you dress? Because I'm serious, at what point in time did you think that it was okay to look like a bum when you're shooting a wedding? When you've got shitty jeans on, holes in your shoes, a ratty-tatty t-shirt, and you show up at a wedding where pretty much it's borderline semi-formal. Are you that dumb? Are you that inept? Or are you that obtuse? Or are you just that careless and you really don't give a damn? Because if you don't give a damn, get out of the business. Go work at McDonald's, because if you're just going to be a McTographer, then that's all you're good at. Go work. You know what? You can't even work at Olin Mills. You can't even work at Walmart, Target, David's Bridal. They shut down all those McTographer photography establishments. You know why? Because of dumbasses like you that are getting out there. Oh, hey, you there, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3. Who does this? Seriously, come on, man. I'm going out of my mind looking at all these different people, and for all these years I've been doing my best to keep my mouth shut, to be polite about it, to be respectful about it, to be just so much more kind about it. And right now it's like, you guys are just ruining it. Seriously, because there's a lot of other old movies and articles and things like that over the past several decades and over the past 100 years that at one point, the photography industry started to change. And wedding photographers and event photographers started to look like the really obese, middle-aged guy, borderline all the way bald with a crappy comb over and looking like he just rolled out of bed in his black pants that are polyester and stained, his black crappy shirt that doesn't fit him. The buttons are all like, looking all like crap. Now that is the image, that is the stereotypical image of a wedding photographer. And then about 5 to 10 years ago, then there was the rock star photographer. Well, no, that just isn't going to work. But at least that broke a little bit of the mold. It was no longer about some scumbag that looked like a lech, that was with a camera, that was a perv, that was going to hang out and try to take ugly pictures of people. No, that is still lingering, but it started to break. But now we've got everybody that looks like just total crap at weddings, that doesn't know how to use their gear. They don't know how to basically handle the client. They look like dumbasses. They dress like dumbasses. If walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, looks like a duck. You guys are nothing more than just that. You're a McTographer. Now, if you want to jump in and you want to wield a camera and get it in your hands and start making a difference in this world and in this industry, great, go for it. I'm more than happy to be right behind you and right beside you supporting that. But when you show up and you look like a douche, when you look like a complete tool, and you act like it, and you treat the client with disrespect, or even better yet, you bail, you effing bail on a wedding. Who does that shit? Who freaking does that? Oh, I'm gonna shoot your wedding. But then, during the middle of the grand entrance, oh, I have a cough, I have a whatever, I have a pathetic excuse that just basically was the mountaintop of a shit day that you delivered. Who does this? I can tell you who does. Some dumbass McTographer. Now, I'm sick of this. Seriously, you guys. You got a camera in your hand. You got a video camera in your hand. You got the tools, the software, because the playing field is level. You can do whatever you want, and you guys know I'm doing more with my iPhone and my Nokias now than any of you guys can half-ass pull together with a real DSLR. Now, that goes to show what you can do with experience. But no. You got dipshits all over this country screwing around, taking people's money, not delivering a product, not delivering a positive experience, and it's getting old. I'm over this. It's because of dumbasses like you that I just want to hang up my cameras because I don't want to be associated with that crap. It is pathetic. There's such a thing as called guilt by association. You dipshits are doing it to the rest of us. There are people like me and a whole bunch of other people that are out there doing their best at this industry. They're putting in the long days. They're putting in the long nights. They're keeping up their equipment, paying for insurance, living hand to mouth. If they're lucky, they can live hand to mouth. And then you got some weekend warrior. Great. You want to take pictures? Congratulations. I'm all for it. Learn the craft. The minute you get paid by anybody to take a photograph or shoot video, you then became responsible for a lot more than what you're delivering. That's called being a professional. And carrying the hat of the professional means you act in accordance like that. You don't just show up and look like a dumbass, act like a dumbass, treat people like dirt. Come on, man. It's really getting old with this crap. I'm sick of this. I'm looking at all this work. I got one event, you guys, almost 200 clips. And I'm having the most difficult time making some people disappear in this particular footage for several reasons. A, well, they were jerks at the event. And personally and professionally, the bride and groom deserve a lot more than to have those people be a remnant of an uncomfortable moment in their special day, what should have been an amazing time in their life. That should have happened. So I'm making these people disappear. But then on top of that, it's getting really challenging trying to work with the audio. There are so many things that you can do with audio and video, but when you've got the constant beeps and you got the constant horrible person in the background, really just being an ass, it makes it difficult, and it makes things take a lot longer than they should. Same thing that goes for photography. We've got to edit that stuff down. We've got to make it look good, and you guys know I don't deliver anything until I'm completely happy with it, and I hand retouch all my photos and all my videos, and I don't know why. No, there aren't more of you guys that are doing this. Why? Why aren't you doing this? You've got the tools. You certainly have the presets and the actions, but then again, in California and a lot of the other states and around the world, those presets and actions make your work look nothing more than a dull shade of somebody else's. So all those presets and actions, it's just you're Pinteresting your client, and it's pathetic. You have no original voice. What is so original about a Lightroom preset or a Photoshop action? Absolutely nothing other than the fact that you paid somebody else for the ability to click on a button and make your work look just like theirs. So, I don't know, it's a bit of a rant right now. I've been working on this one event, one out of several that I have on my plate right now that are all shelved and ready to go, and I'm putting the final touches on everything, and I'm reviewing all this footage, and I'm reviewing these photos, and I just want to hit myself with a 2x4 to numb the frustration and the pain that some people do. Come on, you guys. And if you want to learn, you guys know I'm more than happy to teach you and help you get better at your craft, because I'm telling you, until you master your craft, you will never, ever, ever be able to master the ability to have an incredible opportunity for your client, incredible photography. It's just going to be all this flat, lame duck, flaccid, dull shade of gray shit that everybody else is delivering out there. You want to be inspired? Get off of all of this big cross that you feel like you need to ride around on. Quit chasing the gear. Quit chasing all this BS. Get out there and shoot. Fall down on your face. Really effing hard, like boom. Fall on your face and get hurt creatively. Break your shit. Break your gear. Break the mold. Break all this ridiculous ways of thinking that you've got stuck in your head, because it doesn't work. And you look like a tool to the client, and you're making the rest of us that are out there busting our butts, we're having guilt by association. And I'm kind of personally tired of having to explain why my craft costs a little bit more than Joe Schmo's out there. And I'm like, well, let me tell you, the reason why you're going to spend more money for me compared to Joe Schmo is because Joe Schmo is just that. And there's a lot of other photographers and videographers and filmmakers that are out there that do more than what everybody else is doing. You want to be like everybody else, that's great, but you're killing the industry. Everybody's in the race to zero. What's next? Photographers and filmmakers and videographers are going to be paying the client to shoot? Because in essence, that's really the direction we're going right now. You've got shit product. You dress like a scumbag or somebody that just rolled out of bed or crawled out of the alley from partying the night before. You either smell like alcohol, cigarettes, or all of the above, or dope, because I've smelled plenty of you guys out there showing up at an event smelling like pot. I'm not going to say, hey, don't do that. Just don't do it on the client's time. And anybody that knows how I shoot, I have a strict rule. You do not drink or do drugs when I'm shooting and you're shooting with me. You're not going to burn my business, and you're not going to burn my name. But you're burning the industry, and you're making it really difficult for the rest of us. You guys, stop. Really freaking stop. Because it's ugh. And this bullshit of like, we all got to share information. I'm sorry, but let's just go ahead and compare notes here, because last time I checked, Ferrari and Lamborghini aren't sharing critical, proprietary information with each other. Coke and Pepsi aren't doing it, and the list goes on from there. So this crap, well, we all gotta share. Yeah, share and help each other grow, because a rising tide does lift all ships. But that's where it ends. Let's all help encourage each other, grow. Let's become better and stronger as creatives, better and stronger as businessmen and women. Not this BS that everybody's bouncing around looking like dumbasses. It's getting old, guys. It really is. And I'm getting tired of burning 2/3 of my time trying to edit you fools out of my work, because you're ruining my product. Your audio of your beeps and your crap sound and how you talk to the clients. You berate clients. When was the last time that a client, or you guys that are watching and listening, when was the last time you wanted to be told you guys liked cliche? That you guys liked to be mediocre? When? I don't, and I sure as hell don't want somebody referring to me as such. I am the last thing it comes to is being cliche. No effing way. But I don't know a bride that wants to be referred to as cliche. So who the hell would want to call their bride cliche. Oh, somebody that doesn't care. Sad. It's sad, you guys. You're killing the industry in such a bad way. Globally, it isn't just, it's not regional, it's not geographic to one state or one city. It isn't. But it's really getting old, and you're having to put us in a position where it's getting more and more difficult to break the stereotype. It really is. I don't understand why you guys are doing it, but it's sad. It's really sad. I've seen the industry change from medium format to 35 mil to micro four thirds and mirrorless, and I mean, seriously, behind me, here's my other two shooters. Nokia 808 PureView, E7. I got an N8 around here somewhere. Yeah. The other two, the N8 and the 1020. I can do more with that than you guys can do on your best day. You know why? Because I've mastered my craft, and I've mastered the ability and how to talk to people and work with people. But you guys aren't. You're not. Whether it's a choice, or you're too scared, or you're just too dumb, or whatever. But I'm just really getting tired of hearing, oh, I wish it was easier. I wish it was easier. Turn that shit around. Wish you were better. How come you're not wishing you were better, more educated, more learned in your craft? You know how to break the rule of thirds. Because it's really simple in any business model and in any craft, whether it's photography, painting, whatever. It does not matter. You will not be able to master your craft until you master the basics. You want to learn the basics of photography? Study it. Get out there with a clipboard. Learn it. Understand light. Learn how to work with light. You know, oh, gotta have a flash. I gotta do this. And this crap about I'm a natural light shooter, it just means you haven't mastered flash. That's all that means. You're just falling back on your weaknesses. You can't master the flash. Can you even do a commercial shoot with one flash? Can you? A lot of us can. But can you? And can you work with the client and get the desired result? Can you get in front of the camera without saying, oh, I'm scared, I'm so afraid, I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera? Then how the hell can you direct if you can't even direct yourself? How? I don't get this. Oh, I look terrible in front of the camera. Then you need to figure out how to make yourself look good, because if you can't make yourself look good in front of the camera, you sure as shit aren't going to be able to make a client look good in front of a camera. And where does your credibility lie in that? You can't make yourself look good? Seriously? Come on. You know, well, I'll learn it later. You better learn it now before you start taking money and shooting and getting paid. I don't get it, you guys. I don't understand. I started the McTographer movement years ago. Yeah, I let it slide because I got a million things on my plate. Taking the business on the road in the past 2 years, it's going through a rebranding, a geographic change on a global level. We've got 3 new things that we're getting ready to launch for the business. And all the while I'm still shooting and I'm looking at other people's work and going, oh. You do realize that you will never, ever, ever become an amazing photographer, videographer, or filmmaker until you learn the basics, until you learn the rules. You can, when you learn the rules and you learn the fundamentals of anything, you can begin to bend the rules. You can begin to break the rules. You can begin to rewrite and recreate the rules. Only then will you become a badass, amazing photographer that doesn't have to think when they have a camera in their hand. The camera becomes an extension of your creative mind. You can work and create in an unconscious, conscious state of mind. You know how powerful that is? Do you know how much a client will respect you if you do that, because you've learned and you've everything you can learn and you're still learning? You know how many times I shoot weddings and I'm at a reception and I hand out 2 dozen, 3 dozen cards to people that need corporate headshots, they need corporate work done. Everything you see in social media isn't everything that we do as professionals. A lot of the stuff that we do remains private. constantly I hear, where were you when I was getting married? Oh, I was here. They were just caught up in the white noise of some dumbass. Oh yeah, I can shoot your wedding. You know, another article came out this week. A best man swindled all of his friends and the groom out of just over $10,000. Yeah, almost $11,000 cash. In a way, you guys that are out there taking photos, capturing photos and capturing film and billing the client and delivering a subpar product, in a way, that's called theft. You're not doing what you say you can do. Or you walk out of a wedding in the middle of the grand entrance. What kind of loser does that? What kind of a person has so little respect for themselves or their client or their craft or their friends for that matter? Because when you call a person a friend, you don't treat them like dirt. You just don't. I don't get it, you guys, but you guys are making it more and more difficult for the rest of us who do respect what we do and we do value our profession, and we've made it not a job. I'm not a paycheck player. I could give a shit. If I want to be a paycheck player, I'll go work at Taco Bell. Anybody that knows me knows my history at Taco Bell was in high school, and it was good. Free food. And we all know I'm a big fan of food. It shows. I put on a few extra food markings over the past few years. That's all changing. I'm down 40 pounds. Not easy. But it takes discipline, you guys, to do anything. Discipline, hard work, willpower, all of that. But stop wishing the photography industry and to learn how to shoot is easier. How about focusing on getting better? Because you're never, ever, 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 ever for the rest of your life while you have a camera in your hand going to get better until you decide you want to. But until that happens, there's going to be some McTographer out there ruining the industry, keeping it in the gutter, and making the rest of us look bad in the meantime. So you guys need to stop, pull your head out of your butts. And if you find everything that I've said and shared offensive, it just points out one thing: you're part of the problem. Because you need to realize that it's not everybody else that's out there busting their ass. It's the people that don't care. And if you don't care, do it as a hobby until you get great at it, and then really go out there and go for it. There's a lot of us that are out there that are willing to help people, just like myself. You guys know. And you've reached out to me, and I've had many conversations and phone calls and videos and text messages, and you know I got your back. You know I will tell you everything. And if you were to want to spend a day with me, I could teach you more in a day on how to become a better photographer than you could ever imagine. And there are dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of us that are like that around the world that are willing to do that. But a cup of coffee ain't going to get you that. I'm not going to sacrifice an hour of my time and a cup of coffee for you guys to want to know the secret to success. No way, man. That just means that you just don't value my time, all my mistakes, all my face plants as a creative, all my face plants as an entrepreneur and a business professional, and all the things I personally have screwed up along the way. If all you've got coming at us is a cup of coffee, you need to come at us with a lot more than that, because we deserve it. You want to get better, you got to have a lot more respect, not just for us, but for yourself too, because I'll give you a cup of coffee's worth of my time. That's what, $2.99 for a good coffee at Starbucks? I'll give you 5 minutes and I'll tell you how to carry your camera in your hand, and that's where it'll stop. And I know there's a bunch of other people that'll do just the same for you guys. But man, until then, stop. Just stop. Well, it's 1:38 in the afternoon here in the city of Minneapolis, and I am nearly done putting the finishing touches on Victoria and Travis's lovely wedding. And then I have a beautiful wedding that, well, I'm not going to say everything's done, but all the editing for the photography is done for Pam and Eric's wedding. And I have a few things coming up next week, and wait till you see what's dropping. But I'm telling you guys, a rising tide lifts all ships. Stop. Learn your craft, guys, because you're killing the rest of us. And that's it. Stop being a McTographer. Get better. Don't wish it was easier. Trust me, the better you get, the easier it gets. And the more creative you can be. And the more situations you're able to take on and not even bat an eye. I know several clients, Rebecca and Christopher down in San Diego, their wedding, full on blackout on their wedding day years ago. Everybody was freaked out but me. I wasn't worried about it. I got several flashes in my bag, no power, no nothing, but I got plenty of what to do and how to do it. It's one of the best weddings I've had in my career. There's easily a couple dozen. Theirs is in the top 10 with a few others. If you guys knew how to do your craft properly, you wouldn't wet your pants when the time came and you had a complete failure of your situation. Anybody can go out there on a beautiful day and rock a portrait shoot or a staged photo shoot or whatever it is that you guys want to call it. Anybody can go out there on a beautiful day with assistants and gorgeous models and perfect situations and deliver some decent work. But can you do that on an absolutely shitty day with horrible weather, with people that are in a bad mood, bridal party that's late, the weather is storming, the bride's in a bad mood, groom's in a bad mood, family members are fighting and quarreling amongst each other, and can you still crank out good work? My guess is probably a lot of you may not be able to do that. And it's nobody else's fault but yours. You just don't have the chops, you don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge or the know-how to handle it, and you're never going to be able to handle it. Ever, ever, ever. All right. I'm done ranting. Just had to get this off my chest, man. I have been pissed for the past couple of months looking at so much work that I had to do to make my final product better, and at the same time attending events and being witness to so much out there and surprised, and people are paying for crap. And for you customers and you clients that are out there paying for these McTographers to shoot your event, wedding, party, corporate headshot, whatever it is, you know what? The hard, brutal truth is it's your own damn fault if you got crap product. If you don't like your headshots, you don't like your wedding photography, you don't like your wedding film, you don't like your wedding video, you don't like your wedding experience, you don't like your party, band's photo shoot, whatever it is, because you cheaped out, look in the mirror. It's your fault. Nobody made you hire these dipshits to take your pictures. Nobody made you hire these people to film your event. Not one person. You guys did it. So at the end of the day, you have two people that are to blame for horrible photos and horrible film. You have the creatives, or McTographers, and then you have the client. And if your budget can't handle it, you need to find ways on how to make your budget handle the people that are out there, that are shooting, that are worthy of your time and money, because guaranteed in the long run you will appreciate your memories and your experience a lot more. And if you think that your photography and your films and your videos aren't worth it, go on YouTube and take a look at all these horrible catastrophes that are going on right now globally. Louisiana, California. What are the things that you hear about? What are the things that you hear about that people are so thankful for, that they were able to retrieve out of their home before it burned to the ground, retrieve out of their home before it was lifted up and raised from a tornado? Well, their family, their pets if possible. I can guarantee you 100% of the time, outside of the human beings that they're with, it's their film, their photography, their pictures. You think that there's no value in it? Go look at how much value there really is in your photography and your films. Go look at all these people that are so thankful they lost the rest of their house. Their shit is gone. Totally gone. But in their hand, they have their family album. They have their pictures, their memories. That is when you find out the true value. And I've also had clients where I have photographed grandparents, and that was the last photograph that they got, because shortly thereafter they had passed away and they went up. They were now hanging out with God and the rest of our family and the rest of our relatives and friends up in heaven. But I had the honor of capturing that last photograph. Tell me there isn't any value in that, you guys. Seriously? Seriously? Tell me there isn't any value in that. There is. But it's only until it's too late. when you realize how much it really was worth. And there's the, I wish I shoulda, coulda, I didn't, but damn, I hate myself for it. Well, that's a pretty huge, jagged pill you gotta swallow. It sucks to be you as a client and as a customer. You did it. You paid for those people. Or you paid for the lack of what you thought you were gonna get. You got bamboozled out of it. You got swindled. Everybody loses. Think about it, you guys. All right, I got another 80 or so clips to finish editing. And I don't know, but I think it would be more like snap. Stay tuned for Victoria and Travis's beautiful wedding. I have a ton of photos and videos that I filmed exclusively on the iPhone that I'm really excited to share with you. And it can be done. It can be done. Wait till you see all the stuff I just did for Celtic Croft. So much and so much more I have coming up this fall. It's crazy. Technology's there, you guys. Utilize it. Quit squandering it. Quit being a loser. Quit being a McTographer. All right. That's it. Yes, I have more coffee left. See? Here in Minneapolis is Lucia's. Just over a year ago, I had a picture taken with Woody Harrelson here. Very cool. Thanks for listening to me, you guys. Thanks for joining me in this crazy adventure, and I really appreciate it. Just keep getting better. Quit wishing it was easier. Just get better. Seriously, you'll be thankful you did. All right, this is David Esquire from Esquire Photography Minneapolis currently, and I will see you soon.